Welcome to
Hi
PK's Scandal.
guys.
I'm Marshé, as y'all know already.
And I'm Candice. Eh. Welcome to a new episode recap of PK's on Scandal.
412. Gladiators don't run.
No, no,
We
no.
don't run. We walk fast. We probably walk slowly, but we don't run. We
No.
probably move from the situation, but we don't run.
Right.
We don't run.
Right. So if you guys are wondering, we're missing our sister Lauren. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Lauren!
Happy birthday, happy
Let me put my
birthday.
party hat. What?
Yes, party hat.
Oh my god! Okay.
God.
Anyway, yes, happy birthday, Lauren. She's out celebrating, so
Yes,
Marshé
turn
and
up,
I.
turn up. He's 21. So, no.
So Marshé and I will hold down the fort over in these streets. So let's go right in. The first, as soon as the episode starts, Abby is waiting outside the White House for, I guess, a tea date that she has with Olivia. Girl talk, catching up and things. And we can assume she's probably been waiting her whole lunch break, and Olivia has not shown up. And so let's go out on a limb and say that she's probably been waiting for Olivia on that daggone bench for maybe a couple of days now. Enough for her to be like, okay, let me go investigate. And she went to the house, saw the wine spilled on a white couch. Then she went to OLIVIA, and Huck and Quinn were giving her the cold shoulder. And so my anger over this whole thing is that everybody knows that Olivia Pope is missing except for one of her best friends, if not her only friend, Abby. Like, really? Nobody could call a sister and be like, hey, sis, so let me tell you.
Right. My thing, like you said, but the thing was that Olivia could have been gone for a month or even more. Like, you remember when, I believe on AfterBuzz when they said that Olivia actually go to the bathroom 24 times?
Mm-hmm.
Really, Olivia was gone for a month and a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If my best friend was gone for a week, better yet 2 days, and didn't call me, I would be trying to figure out, like, okay, what's wrong? Like, okay, like, are we mad at each other, or like? So when I saw her waiting for Abby, when I saw Abby waiting, I was like, okay. So at first I thought it was a dream, to be honest with you. And I was like, why is Abby just sitting there? And it kind of reminded me of Liv when she used to give her coffee when she was waiting on people, and she gave homeless people her coffee. But if my best friend is missing, why, like you just said, why am I finding out? When she went to the apartment, she should have touched the couch. Because, see, I feel like best friends are very detailed. I would be touching the couch. Okay, is this wet? Is it dry? Like, what's going on? And then when she went to hug them, I felt like what they did was, it was necessary, but it was unnecessary.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I felt like it was right, but then, like, really? Like, come on. I taught you how to get here. You know what I mean?
Like this to the weak, confidential crap. This is like our friend, our boss, our whatever. Like, she's everything to us, and she's missing, and you couldn't like text me?
Right. And my thing is, it's not like her and Olivia beefing. Quiet as it's kept, Huck and Quinn knew that Abby was staying the night at Olivia's house. Anybody that's staying at my house, we not beefing. And they know that that's her best friend. Like that time when she ran to the White House when Abby saw her ex-husband and she was like freaking out and stuff like that. How they communicated, and I kind of felt like, okay, that's a little unnecessary. Like, because if somebody would have did that to you, you know, you would have been.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think that they knew. I don't like, because when Olivia came into Abby's office that time, you know, she basically like, you know, nobody saw me. You know, she came through quietly,
Right.
and I can imagine stayed the night while she was having nightmares, and you know, that's not something that that's not information that Olivia would just give to, oh yeah, Abby stayed over last night because I'm having nightmares. Like, I can see that they don't really know that they're not beefing anymore,
Right.
but the history of their relationship, especially Huck knowing, no, Huck knows everybody's story in the office basically.
Right.
So Huck knowing, you know, Olivia and Abby's relationship, like, you could have given me a bone. You could have, like, Morse code me something.
So that's my thing, and I feel like Huck knows all. Like, point blank in the period, Huck knows all. So he could have, I felt like, personally, he could have told Abby. He didn't. It was necessary because she's not a gladiator anymore.
Hmm.
Which is true. Like, it wasn't like he was lying and was just trying to be nasty. But, you know, that's Huck. Huck really opened my eyes to a lot this episode, and I just.
Let's talk about that right quick, because Mama Pope, who we're gonna get back to, she's, you know, trying to get them on the inside of their hostage, not hostage, the auction.
Right.
And she tells Huck to, she was like, sorry, no offense, white boy, but I think the pit bull next to you is more equipped for this situation. He got the whole armor of God on him. He's ready. You, sir, you drinking on some baby milk, okay? You need to mature, okay? But for Huck to, first of all, when Jake discovered the scene and you saw Huck turn around, honestly, my reaction, I was hollering, like, I was laughing. I'm sorry. Maybe it was because I was uncomfortable. I don't know. Whatever you want to make of it. But I was laughing because it was so, like, what? Like, we've seen Huck torture people, but he literally painted that room with the blood of Jesus. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Girl. Candyce, listen. When I knew he was doing some crazy stuff like that, and you know what? Let's go back. I set my mind up when there was, like, you know, viewers, you know, content, all the other kind of stuff like that. When they put that on the screen, I said, okay, it's rather two things. Huck finna do something crazy. Mama Pope, well, three things. Mama Pope gonna bite her wrist, or it's gonna be some rough sex. Because last time we had that was in the electric closet. Mama Pope biting her wrist in jail. So I was like, okay, it's either gonna be something nasty, like disgusting, or it's gonna be something that, you know, we'll be like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm looking for. When Jake said that he's taking too long. In that moment, I knew. I said, God, man, Huck done went back to his old ways. Then he started acting like slow. I don't like. Okay, I said no. When I saw it, I bust out. I laughed too, but I didn't bust. I was like, "Look at this boy!" And then, like, when I looked at him, I was like, "Oh my God, he needs Jesus."
Yeah.
Like, I was like, "Oh my God, the blood of Jesus, the blood," because it was like spirits. And I was just like, oh no. I said, Huck got to go. Huck got to go. I don't know who this is. But that scene in itself, I feel like we always see bits and pieces of Huck torturing people. But I feel like we saw the B613 before Olivia Pope. Like, before Olivia Pope even came in. Like, we always got clips of it. But I think we saw the real deal.
I think this was because yes, he's a trained torturer or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this was another level. Like, this is everything. This is a summation of everything he's been through. And,
Right.
like, his mind ain't working quite properly. And then his master is gone and missing. So, like, he's not, I don't think this, for me, it didn't read B613 agent, because B613 agent would have cut off a finger or an ear or pulled out an eyeball and would have been good. Like, this is what it is, and here's your finger,
Right.
or here's something. He didn't even, he said he needed to give them their heads, but if you notice, there were limbs strewn around the room.
Right. On the
So
couch.
it wasn't just, okay, I'm gonna kill them and then chop off their head. No, I'm gonna kill them and then, like, just cut their limbs. Like,
Just have a good time. Just gonna have a good time. Yeah, it was definitely baggage with that for sure. But I don't. And then when I don't know why I want to call this boy, but when Jake came and he did it, it was like he did it, but with no emotion. You know what I mean? He was just like, okay, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. And then, like, he just started sawing off the head, but it was like with Huck, there was emotion. You know what I mean? It was like,
right. Because maybe we'll have our own, like, another B613 in-depth conversation, because that is interesting. Maybe Jake has another level of, or a different level of numbness than Huck. You know, I'm like you. I want to call them their real name. I was about to say Guillermo, but anyway, he probably has different capacity for it than Huck. Because
right.
if you think about it, we don't know Jake's backstory in B613 and how he got involved, but we do know that Huck wasn't necessarily all for it from the get. So,
Huck is very wounded, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Anyway, rewind back right quick. So the auction is up. Ian is in cahoots with Olivia. Olivia really thinks she was being real suave. She really thought she was about to get away with it, and I did too. Like, her and Ian, they was drinking some champagne or whatever. I was like, yup, yes, Olivia about to get out. And then Gus, crusty old, loser old, busted head old self, gotta come shoot people in the back of the head. Like, what?
Nasty. Rude. Just disrespectful. That whole I can't believe, like, this was when I was like, I knew she was gonna get out, because when when old big stitch head that should have been dead, when he called Olivia
he was dead.
Huh? Me too.
I thought he was dead.
Me too. And when he called Olivia a B word, and Ian corrected him and was like, as I like to call Olivia, I said, okay, I was like, okay, she finna get out, they're on first name basis.
Right.
So he's defending her now. So I felt like, okay, we're gonna get out. It's a team. I knew that he was bitter. You know what I mean? He looked it bitter. He looked like he was gonna do something stupid. Like, I thought he was gonna, like, leave and then, like, tell, the other people that he was doing it. But when they was talking and then he went to the back, I don't know if you saw it, but when they were talking, the camera went over to Stitchhead and he got up and went to the back.
Oh yeah, I noticed. I noticed when I watched the second time.
Yeah, and kind of like rolled his eyes. And I was like, something about that. I didn't think he was going to shoot Ian. I thought he was going to shoot one of the I thought he was going to shoot Bruce Lee or Corbin Blue. Corbin Blue was on the piano and Bruce Lee was talking. So, I was just like, okay. But when he shot Ian, I was just like, oh my God. And what made me so mad was, my first thought was, this the same dude that I thought was going to rape Olivia. Remember how they was, like, talking to Olivia?
Right.
He was the guy that was talking to her, like, he was going to, rape her. That was my mind. I can't speak for everybody else. And when we went to look at the rag and stuff like that, I was just like, oh my god, he gonna rape. And then when she said when like the thumb or whatever she was doing, he was like, no, she was like, I'm in shock. So be careful what you put close to my mouth because I may chop it off. The whole idea of Liv being in shock, I felt like she was shocked, but she was aware. I feel like she's always aware. Let's be clear. Even when she had that dead lady on her when she was in the what's the car called? I can't even think right now. The ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
The dead lady on top of her. I was like, what is the car called? I felt like she was aware, but it seems like every time we think we out, here goes something else.
Yeah.
Like Corbin Blue, like I really thought Corbin Blue and Bruce Lee was gonna snitch on how she was trying to, give them the tease.
Right.
And trying to boost them up. Like one of my followers, Tashana, she was like, she tweeted me and she was like, Liv thought she was about to get out of Satan's trap. And then Bruce Lee was like, nah. And I was like, you know what? Just get out of my mentions. But that whole scene, it kind of felt like a trampoline. It was like 1 minute we thought we was okay, then we got trapped again. Like 1 minute it was like, okay, she gonna get herself out. Then we got trapped again. But I mean, no, I feel like I don't even know how I feel. Shonda had me feeling like she had me feeling bipolar, to be honest. But that one thing,
she's gonna. Olivia's going to have. First of all, she's never gonna be the same again. Because let's just think about it. She has never. I'm trying to think in these 3 seasons. I don't think that she has seen anybody being killed. And definitely, if she has, she certainly hasn't seen it the way that she has in these last 3 episodes. So let's just go through the count, okay? She saw 2 people die. She killed 1 person. And she knocked another one out to the point where he needed 12, 14, whatever stitches. Like,
they knocked them in the ass.
She will not. I'm so interested. That's going to be a prediction, but I'm very interested to see who Olivia Pope is going to be after this hostage situation. Like, you can't go back to business as usual after this. Anyway,
I just want to speak on that.
Yeah,
I feel like, which is right, she can't be the same person that she was, but sort of like Huck. When they did what they did to Huck after they thought he shot the president, how they beat him and stuff like that, and he went back to normal for the audience, but behind closed doors, he was a wreck. Granted, Olivia Pope was already a wreck, but she wasn't, as a wreck as she was. I feel like once Olivia Pope gets back, she's gonna pull a Huck. For the audience, she's gonna be Olivia Pope. But behind closed doors, I can't speak. Behind closed doors, it's gonna be worse than just Fitz and Jake. It's gonna be worse than just bad dreams about sleeping with 2 men. You know what I mean? It's gonna be so much baggage in her own baggage. Like she'll get a case that'll remind her of when she was, locked up or something like that. So I feel like she's not gonna be the same Olivia Pope. But she will be the same Olivia Pope. But we'll know what's going on.
She gonna need therapy.
Right.
Okay, so what happened next? Oh, they trying to get Andrew out of office and his blackmail and stuff. Like, it's like every time you say, okay, Andrew, you can't do this. Or we're gonna kick you out of office. Oh, well, if you kick me out of office, I'm going to tell everyone how the president went to war to save Liv. Then Melly comes. Oh, Andrew, did you really think you were going to win? You're going to lose. Oh, well, if you go out there, you let them let me burn, and I'm going to tell everybody every little thing you do. Like, grow up, sir. Grow up. It's so annoying.
Andrew is annoying. I don't even like to talk about him.
Okay, so we can move past that. But I thought to segue sort of into Melly and Fitz. You know, Melly and Fitz got this partnership going on.
Right.
And it's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it. And you know, she's just encouraging him that he's doing everything he can to get Olivia back, and he's just like, wah, wah, wah. And so finally they have that conversation on the balcony, and she's saying, what do you want? And he says, Jerry. And she was like, okay, that's cute, but what do you want that you can actually get? And he says, Olivia. And ask me what I want. And she says to be president of the United States. And she can't do that if Andrew has to resign and tells everyone that Melly had sexual relations with him. And I just thought that was such a really important scene, both in their relationship and, you know, the status of their relationship, and just in the context of the world, because if you think about it, every woman that's been involved in a political scandal, whether they did it or not, you never forget that about them. But with men, it's a different story. So that line about men can have 100 infidelities and been forgiven, but let one crusty bone come out of a woman's closet and she's done for.
Girl, right. It's that like basically you said everything how I feel. I just when Melly was like, I want to be president. When I tell you, I was like, come on, Hillary, do you? Let's be great. Like, I felt, even though I knew she was covering for herself, she was covering for herself, but at the same time, being honest with what she wanted to do, I kind of felt like, what is that? Like, be you. But I felt like she was doing that to protect him. Like, I don't, like, the way I feel is kind of like this, because I felt like she was doing it to protect herself, but she was doing it to follow her dreams. But I felt like her dream now was to be by Fitz's side through the presidential election. But then since Andrew said what he said, her dream became, it built up more of a passion because she was trapped. You know what I mean? Like, becoming the president was a door-marked exit for her, and for Andrew not to spill the tea, because, you know, Andrew nasty. I don't like to say his name because it leaves an aftertaste in my mouth.
Well,
I don't like Andrew. I want everybody on this recap to know I don't like Andrew. I don't like him at all. And if he passed away, you know, God giveth and he taketh away. So,
boom.
I don't like, boom.
So let's talk about how they got to Maya Pope right quick.
Maria
excuse me. The White House can't get into the auction because it's a dark net, and basically only terrorists are invited to the party, and the password changes every 8 seconds. And OPA can't get into the auction. And they're like, oh, we don't have the money. And Quinn goes on about Sally Mae, which I thought was really clever and funny. And then Huck goes on to spill that he has $2,400,651.25 from what he stole from B613. And I was like, yes, Huck coming through in the clutch. But they still didn't have a terrorist. So everyone's like, well, who's a terrorist? Well, no. Quinn is like, see, she was showing us season 1 Quinn. Who's the terrorist? Like, where have you been, girl? Like, what?
Did you not know your mother? Were you not there? You was the one who was really.
Where were you all season 3?
And quiet as it's kept, you was the one who was really finding all the tea about her mom during that episode.
Come on in the room.
I forget. But You know how kids
But
are.
I'm asleep. So anyway, um, so they get Dave, let them speak to her, and she's like, "Oh, this gonna be good." And she growling at people,
I wanna be.
and David is barking at them. It's just annoying. And so finally, she gets David out the room, and that's when she could really do her business. But I just love that scene. You know, we talked about Huck and those other guys, but I love that scene because first of all, the negotiation was fire. Like she was like, "Let me see the sun." I'm like, "You and your daughter got that vitamin D thing going on. Like y'all really like the sun, whatever." And you know, finally they came to a compromise where she gets the TV. But I just loved it because I love anything that Mama Pope is in because she's bomb.
I feel like Maria Wallace is my spirit animal because like I'm Maria Wallace, she is me, like we are one. You know, like I love that scene too. Like I love to see Mama Pope in action. I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy when you know you're just gonna see somebody sit in a chair with handcuffs and you get excited about it. Like that's
right.
how excited I get when I see Mama Pope because I know that her words are gonna move me. Like even if they move me like, oh my god, or if they move me to be like, really girl, like that's the tea. Like when she was like, it's gonna be good, and it's even though she's Olivia Pope mom, it's like it's a whole different side of her.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mama Pope. Mama Pope is me. I am her. We are one. So you really said everything I wanted to say about her in that scene. I hope she watched Scandal on her TV. That'll be crazy
Right?
if they had played it or something like that and she was watching Scandal. That would
Because
be
that,
funny.
listen, that I couldn't be in prison because I'd be like, excuse me, 9 p.m. on a Thursday, and all of you better be quiet.
Somebody let me out of this cell.
So, last thing, the end. The auction is, or no, Huck finally gets into the auction, and he's about to bid all his money, and the auction shuts completely down. So Gus comes to Olivia. He's like, "Well, that's it." And she's like, "What? No, we got 12 more hours to go."
What she say?
And she said, "What? No, we got 12 more hours to go."
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh nah, it's over because I got cold hard cash." So then Olivia's like, lip quiver, and Iran is taking her.
Who?
So Iran.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Oh no, 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 I didn't mean it like that.
No, I
But
didn't.
Iran.
Girl.
And so, first of all, when Cyrus came into the residence with the red folder, a part of me was like, "Oh my God, Olivia's dead," but that can't be possible because this is Scandal and it's about Olivia. But I went there for a moment, like, "Yo," and so, the CIA director was trying to tell Fitz to neutralize the asset, which I believe means to kill her.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, we need an extraction," and gets all in her face and everything. And I think I think I wish that Fitz never went to war. And that's really all it is, because now he's tangled this crazy web, and all these lives are lost now. And for what?
The
I mean,
magical thighs.
hmm?
The magical thighs.
I know. But still,
This
like,
is my thing.
I
Yes,
guess
Mason.
knowing, if Fitz don't know, I'm sorry, to cut you off. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Fitz don't know that Olivia is the star of the show, so he gotta act.
Right.
He
Right.
gotta act like she really about to get killed. But as an audience member who knows objectively, it's like, I mean, I get it, but dang.
Right. That's that's me. Like, okay, let's backtrack. I want to go to something
Good.
else. Listen, I love First Lady Grant. That scene when they were bringing the bodies off the planes
Yeah.
and like the families was there. When I tell you, like that really touched me. She was giving me old church mother at a church member funeral. You know what I mean? Rubbing
Yep.
on their back. You know what I mean?
Come
Being there
on.
for them and just
I'm gonna get my church hat.
right.
Yes.
But like I just really love that scene. It was beautiful. Like it was just amazing. Backtrack. When they was trying to kill Olivia, I was about to go ahead and get mother with her 28 piece. The mother that was in the room trying to kill Olivia, and Fitz was like, no, and she was like, Mr. President. I was like, girl, shut up. Like, then we shut you down 2 minutes ago. Why are you still talking? She was getting on my nerves. Um, when no, wait, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. When they told, wait, no, we haven't even got to predictions yet. So
Okay, go
I'm about to
on.
give my prediction.
All right. So that was basically it for the episode. My only thing that I have to say about it is bring back our girl.
Bring
Enough is
back,
enough.
girl. For real,
Enough
we
is
sick
enough.
of it. We don't want to play no more games. I don't even like games. I didn't even play Monopoly growing up. Like, I didn't even play Candyland. That's how much I don't like games. And Shonda, stop playing with my heart, girl.
It's too
For
much.
real.
Too much. Now I'm not saying because they are being realistic with this TV show. Like they really could have brought her home in 2 episodes, but that wouldn't really be realistic if you would. So I get it, but it's tiring. It's exhausting. Bring back
It's
our
dragging me
girl.
out. It's dragging.
Yeah.
Like, we could have been knew who picked up, who bought Olivia.
Yeah, we could have known that this episode. Now we gotta wait a whole nother week. Whatever.
And
So,
I,
overall, really good. It was a good episode. I felt like
it was.
a
It
lot of
was.
watching it, a lot of the scenes kind of just were fillers, if you will, like, or even a little bit pointless. Like, it wasn't moving the story along for me. But
Distractions.
yeah, like we need to actively be working towards, getting her home. Like Quinn and Jake in Harrison's office having a beer talking about Steven and Harrison. I really didn't need that. But that was just me. Whatever.
That was
So
me.
what?
I said that was me too. I was like, really? Right now? Why she going?
Right. It's just man. And
Priorities
David was
ain't
unnecessary. But
if they're gonna be honest.
I'm not even going to dignify him with a response because he deserved that. Speaking of hallelujah moment, where my halo? Yes. Okay, so hallelujah moment goes to Abby's read of David. She let go and let God and let have, okay? Because David has been feeling himself as Attorney General. He finally got himself a little power, and he thinks that just because he not dating certain people anymore, that he can't be real and just be like, oh, by the way, your friend is missing. Like, really? So Abby had to lay him down like, okay, so I don't care that we're not dating anymore. I don't care that you're the attorney general. The least you could have do is told me, listen to these words. My best friend is missing. How can you be insensitive to that? So when she finished that, I was just in tears, and the usher had to hand me the tissue box because hallelujah.
My hallelujah moment was a stolen moment from Candyce because she stole my moment. But you know, I love a good Abby read.
Yeah.
Abby reads, and you know, like what David did was flawed. I mean, like you and your feelings. It's not like you know you didn't know. Like I told you what was up. You know, if it, and I feel like even though if it was Abby, Abby would have told him.
Mm-hmm.
She went on. She went. I don't want to say she betrayed, but she was giving David the tea that Olivia was giving her.
Right. Let's not forget that.
Come on, but they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk. You know, David don't want to reminisce on stuff like that. Like I was there with you when you went crazy and started posting pictures of my best friend on your wall. I was helping you organize it, but you can't even tell me that my best friend missing. For real? Really? What? I was just, you know, I'm always through with David. He can never really win in my eyes. He just, you know, maybe one day God will make it happen for him, but right now, he's just like on the losing team. That was my hallelujah moment, though, as well. The reason, Abby.
Yes. All right. The devil is busy.
Let me tell y'all about my devil is busy moment.
You go.
My devil is busy moment would have to be at the end of Scandal when Olivia came out the car and I didn't see her face. That was my devil is busy moment because I feel like why bring her out the car if you're not? It was kind of like Shonda gave us a. It was like Shonda gave us a hot glass of water, but didn't give us no tea and just put it on the table. Like she didn't even give us no tea bag. Like okay, if you're gonna at least put her in the car, if she was just in the car, we just would have knew we was coming to a tea party. But the way Shonda had it set up, you know, we was coming to a tea party, and then when Olivia got out the car, Shonda had gave us hot water. By the time next week comes, the water gonna be cold.
Come on.
And I just feel like don't bring Liv out if you're not gonna give us the tea. Like I don't have time to wait. Like I'm gonna be back next Thursday. Let's be clear. But I felt like the devil is so busy. For real? Because I felt like it was like a second, and I prayed that they would like, you know, do the promo. You know how they be studying it, like clip by clip by clip by clip by clip. And I thought they were going to catch her face, but they didn't.
But you know that's not who actually bought her.
I know, but I still wanted to see the face.
Right.
But that was my devil's busy moment, the way Shonda had us hanging with the hot water and no tea bag. I mean, she didn't give us no sugar. It was dry, just like the desert Olivia was on. That was my devil is busy moment.
So my devil is busy moment. I'm sitting in my room. I'm watching Scandal at I turned to Channel 7 at 8:55 p.m. 9 a.m. rolls around. Scandal has begun, and Abby is being Abby, and all of a sudden, my set-top box decides to reboot, and my TV shuts off.
Most definitely.
Right at the beginning of Scandal.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Satan? Really? You want to do this on Scandal Thursday? Really? So I missed like maybe 5 seconds or so, which is way too much because a lot of seconds. But it was just very painful And on top of that, it was a good maybe 5 minutes of the episode that ultimately got cut off, and it didn't record on my DVR. So I'm just very upset about that because I have the whole season recorded on my DVR, and I would like to go back and watch the whole season and know what happens in the first 5 minutes of episode 412, Gladiators Don't Run. But alas, I won't be able to because of the devil. But he's defeated.
Yes.
So, predictions. You got any predictions?
Predictions. You want me to go first or you want to go first? You go ahead and go first.
So I really don't have a prediction. Like I said earlier, I'm just curious to see what Olivia's gonna be like when she finally comes home. I'm interested to see what her character dynamic is gonna be like. I would imagine that her relationships she would be more attentive to people, hopefully. Because if you think about it, even in this episode, she wasn't really attentive to her captive. I mean, the people who were holding her hostage. Because if she was, she would be able to talk to them better than the way that she did. But I think that she definitely have a better relationship with Huck. If anybody else, she'll have more of an understanding because she knows what it's like to be tortured. But other than that, I don't know who's gonna get her. I don't know who got her. I do think that the person that if anybody's coming back is Steven, but I don't know how and what capacity. But that's all I got.
My prediction. Wait. I want to go back. I'm sorry. My devil is. I got another devil is busy. I'm gonna come back to my predictions. When Huck was talking about they gonna kill Olivia, Olivia is dead. He was talking about bones and arms and stuff like that. I was like, really? I was Quinn at that moment when Quinn came and started fighting him. That was me. I was like, okay, Quinn, thank you for being a ram in the bush for me because he deserved that. But back to my predictions. I feel like. I honestly don't, like you said, it's probably Steven that's going to come back. But if it's not him, I feel like if it's not Steven, it could be Papa Pope. I'm just going to name all the names I think it's going to be. It definitely could be Edison, but everybody sleep on me. Everybody sleep on me. Because Edison didn't die. Edison didn't die. But
Edison was on Broadway until about a week ago.
Exactly. About a week ago. So, he could have caught a body. About a what?
You know what?
A week ago. But, if it's, and another thing, it could be Abby. I know you said that's crazy, but, yeah, this is my thing. After David and Abby were together, we didn't see Abby no more for the rest of the episode. Ever since season 4 started, every time we're in the White House, we see Abby, even if she's not speaking. Abby is on site. Like, they'll show her, and then, like, she'll be standing next to Cyrus or something like that, or, in sight somewhere. But Abby was nowhere in sight. I feel like Abby got the coins. She could make it happen. I feel like it could be Papa Pope, but a twist to it. Maybe, like, Papa Pope got a sister, and she's just as crazy as him. It's just so much. But I know that whoever got Olivia knows Olivia.
Yeah.
And Olivia knows them. Like, I'm for sure that that's not even my prediction. Like, I'm just really confident in that. Whoever got Olivia, they know Olivia. And I don't know if they want to do something bad to her. Like, I feel like it could be somebody that wants to hurt her or somebody that's plotting to help her in the same way. But whoever got her, I mean, she's gonna break free because You know, anything is possible with God. And Olivia Pope a Christian, she just hasn't announced it yet.
Amen. So before we go, wait, is that all your predictions?
Those are my predictions. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Before we go, we have some quick shout outs. So once again, shout out to Lauren. Make sure y'all follow her at Jolie Jack. It's her birthday. Go shout her out. Shout out to at Jocelyn Polite, who is one of the hosts of the TV stream Scandal After Show, and at Lolo8683. Thank y'all for interacting with us in that really interesting Twitter conversation about Andrew and his power. So make sure y'all go follow them for all the Scandal tee-hee-hee. And make sure you guys watch basically everybody's Scandal recaps. And yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, shout out to George in the props department. I want to shout him out because you know that book that one of the Gladiators made for Kerry Washington's birthday?
Mm-hmm.
He printed it out and gave it to Carrie, and I just feel like you are really the real MVP for that because my picture was in there, so that kind of means like Carrie has a picture of me somewhere in her home or in her office or whatever like that. But I did want to give a shout out to George because I felt like that was so nice, and he didn't even have to do that. So, you know, it was just a really nice gesture. So, shout out to you, George, on the props. We love you. Everybody follow him. He's super cool. He's super nice. And that's all.
All right, and make sure you follow us. My Twitter name is at Candyce, CandyCela. And follow Shay at
Shay on the beat.
_.
Thank you, Candice. I forgot about that.
And make sure you follow us as an entity at PKs on Scandal. The letter P, the letter K, the letter S on Scandal. We will see you next week for another recap. Love y'all.
Love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, wait.
You guys excuse her. Okay, excuse her.
Okay, so
have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.